Whew. It's cold. I actually just got this hoodie out of the dryer. This is warm, but these are cold. What's going on, everyone? Me. This is here if you need it. I'm on day 2 of a water fast right now. Damn. Okay, the sky, that looks awesome. I'm on day 2 of a water fast right now. Uh, gonna go 3. You know, this always feels like a car wash for my brain. Anytime things are stuck in the mud or not going right, you know, I always tend to lean on fasting, and that clarity just it wipes the slate clean. So I'm feeling promising for sure. I was meditating yesterday about this actually, but it was raining, so I couldn't get to this. But I was meditating yesterday, and I was just really thinking about the fact that the mind is so limited. The mind is so limited, and prayer is acknowledging in reverence your limitation. Prayer is the wisdom to say, I know I don't know. I may feel what I feel in this body, and I may have certain desires or whatnot, but prayer is looking back home. It's ascending outside of that. It's turning around and looking back and saying, like, I have humility and I have reverence for whatever this path is laid before me. Prayer is recognizing the ceiling so you can then look at the sky. It's recognizing your own limitation. If you think about it, I mean, you can get really heady about it. This is how deep in it I was yesterday. But as I was in this meditative state, I was just thinking about the fact that the words I choose to evoke my emotions were taught to me. You know, that how much of this, if I really focus or really try, is my absolute essence. How much of it has been channeled and co-opted by language or by these thinking patterns. A little heady, I know, but for me, it made me realize that it's not about what you say, it's about the feeling, and the feeling being the prayer. Taking that time to be soaked in humility and reverence, and like I said, saying, I know that I do not know. I recognize my ceiling so I could experience the sky. I know that I do not know. And saying to this unified field, this God spirit, I recognize you. I recognize you, and I do so reverently because I know that there is a limit to my own understanding. I can only know so much. I can only experience what this vehicle gives me. But in that moment and in that time in meditation where you can sit in the void, where you can transcend into that unified field, into that place of no thing, where all things come from, you have the ability to bring something back. And every time you do it, it's like a balloon being inflated. It's just more and more and more. Some meditations I have are trips. They're unbelievable. I'm feeling things. I'm seeing light. I'm basking in this wholeness. And sometimes I'm just chasing squirrels around up here. And it doesn't matter what I do. It's tricky, but it is true release. There's release in your recognition, in your ability to say, hey, I know I do not know, so therefore I'll let it go. And actually doing that, that's the trick. That is prayer. It's the recognition and the reverence, the humility, and leaning not on my own understanding and leaning not on my own experience. I know I could talk about self reliance and the power of I am, but we also have to understand that regardless of anything, we are we are sifting that energy through this human filter. And once again, you could have a bad day, something could happen to you, and your whole frequency could be thrown off. So how much can I always trust that that knows what's best for me all the time? When I pray, I ask for my thoughts to be God's thoughts. I ask for my thoughts to be in line with a higher consciousness. And that takes humility. Sometimes I want to kick and scream and be like, nah, this is how I want it and this is how it needs to go. But understanding that I am viewing this whole story from a very limited scope. You are viewing your story through a very limited scope. There is there is, like I said, this unified field of no thing where all things can spring from. And us at any moment have the ability to tap into it, to get pulled into that, whether through transcendental meditation, whether through breath work, whether through being on a run, whatever it is, that there is a nucleus that we have the ability to draw within to, that knows far greater than we do about the next move. So today, for me, for you, for anyone, turn back in, recognize the ceiling so you can see the sky, recognize the limitations, and welcome the the greater, welcome the greater understanding, and have the humility to say, I know that I do not know. And I'm coming I'm coming saying, what you got for me? Allow my thoughts to be your thoughts. 'Cause in the end, it's just pure love. I think that's all I got to say. This is here.